Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your 2022 message for the year that's coming up quite soon. This is for Virgo suns and Virgo rising signs. I'm going to be, my name is Mo, by the way. Welcome to my channel, Mo Moon Tarot. I'm going to be using the Major Arcana cards from the Rose Tarot by Nigel Jackson. And I'm going to be using the Paulina Tarot deck by Paulina Cassidy. So I just want to give you a little bit of information as to how this worked. So I wanted to record a message for each of the zodiac signs for 2022 instead of doing a predictive video. So I went to my altar with the intention of getting some messages for each of the signs, including you, Virgo. And I played my singing bowl and made it clear that I wanted to open the channels of communication to receive messages for you for 2022. And then I wrote down what the messages were. And then I closed the channel by playing my singing bowl again. And then I further went into the meaning of the messages as I studied online a little bit of information about each of the downloads. So I've written down the things that I want to talk to you about. But first, we're going to draw a Major Arcana tarot card as a lens to see how we will be looking at these messages. So this is a channeled message, and it's important to know that this is a message that if it resonates with you, take it and run with it. If it doesn't, just leave it behind. There's no pressure. You know, that's the way it is. So let's get a Major Arcana card. And this is just the majors here that I'm shuffling. Okay. I got the Emperor card for you. Card number 4 of the Major Arcana, the Emperor. So for you in 2022, Virgo, with the Emperor, there's a strong sense of stability. There's a strong sense of owning your choices, being decisive when it comes to making decisions, feeling like you are taking the stance that is best supporting you, and really being passionate about putting up your boundaries and deciding what direction you want to go in. So the first message I received for you was the Pentacle. And then I looked up a little bit about the Pentacle. A 5-pointed star encased in a circle, a symbol of the 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. And the circle, the universe, contains and connects them all. The Pentacle was once a symbol of good and was believed to ward off evil spirits. A symbol of protection, it has been around for thousands of years. The Pentacle is a symbol in many faiths: pagan, Christian, Taoism, Wiccan, and it can be seen as negative or positive depending on who's looking at it. It's a personal decision. So I feel like this is talking about everything around you working in your favor if you're willing to look at everything around you as working in your favor. So it's really about making the decision, especially with the Emperor card that you have here as the lens, to really see everything as working towards your own good. The universe is working to help you out. The universe is using the earth, air, fire, water, spirit, to that circle that embodies them all, the universe, to really bring faith into your life, to bring either, it's how you look at it. Are you looking at it as the universe is working for your good, or the universe is working for your bad, your demise? And it's really important to have the outlook that everything that the universe is giving you is an opportunity to thrive, to learn, to build upon, to be assertive about, to put down your foot like the Emperor when you need to and say, this is not for my benefit, I'm not going to accept this in my life, or this is for my benefit, but at the same time, knowing that you are the universe as well. The universe is within you. And so if you decide that there's something that you don't want because you don't see it coming to your benefit, then you can decide with the Emperor card that that's not what you want. Because remember that the universe is around us, yes, but the universe is also within us. We are the universe. We are a part of the cosmos. Whether or not you believe that, it's up to you to take this message and implement it the way you see fit. The next message I got was yoga practice. An ancient practice that involves physical poses, concentration, and deep breathing. Regular yoga practice can promote endurance, strength, calmness, flexibility, and well-being. Yoga is a popular form of exercise around the world. Originated in ancient India, a good yoga practice is thought to be one that allows its practitioners to achieve peace with themselves and the external world they inhabit. So yoga practice could basically mean for you, Virgo, to really take your physical health into consideration this year, 2022. Try to do something that helps you to connect to your body, that helps you to find that meditative space that you can be in to really build your strength, build your stamina, build your endurance, build your ability to focus, connect yourself with the external world, but also with the internal world. And I feel like with the Emperor card, if you set your mind towards doing that, you will achieve that, because the Emperor is an individual who doesn't make a move unless the Emperor has decided after thorough reflection that this is what the Emperor wants, and then the Emperor acts with the intention that the act is done with the intention of being an action that has a sure outcome to it. So the third message I got for you, Virgo, was autumn weather. Between summer and winter, temperatures gradually decrease. Autumnal equinox is September 22nd in the Northern Hemisphere and March 20th in the Southern Hemisphere. Shorter days, longer nights. Animals prepare for long months ahead. Autumnal equinox means equal hours of day and night, with days getting shorter till the winter solstice in December around the 20th. Transitioning towards quietness, which is winter, and enjoying the harvest. So the autumnal equinox is, as we saw, equal hours of day and night. So there's an energy of balance here. And it's also an energy of enjoying the harvest. So enjoying what you build towards during the spring and summer months, and now being able to collect the rewards of what you worked hard for. So this could mean that pay attention to what you're working towards in spring and summer of 2022, because there is a strong energy to be able to reap the rewards during the autumnal equinox for you in 2022. Also, it's important to know that this is about balance. So with the Emperor, I do feel like the Emperor is an energy of somebody who can be in a strong sense of balance. Of course, there is a shadow aspect to the Emperor card as well, where you can be too overbearing, too controlling, use your power in a negative way, because you have that power as the Emperor. You have that ability to make decisions that will affect others. So it's important to tap into your motives, whether they be for harm or for good, and really think about what you want to reap the rewards to in August or so of 2022. The next message was the goddess Medusa. The goddess Medusa means guardian in Greek, to protect or rule over. The elemental correspondence is water. Medusa was a beautiful maiden that caught the eye of Poseidon, the sea god. Medusa fell for the god's seduction in Athena's sacred shrine. Also, we're not sure if Medusa actually fell for his seduction or if she was taken advantage of against her will. So in Athena's sacred shrine, this is where it happened, where the god seduced Medusa in the sacred shrine of Athena. Athena found out and set herself on a path of vengeance towards Medusa. Athena transformed Medusa into a hideous gorgon with snakes for hair and looks that petrified any mortal, and also in some myths that turned those who looked at her in her eyes to stone. Medusa looked like an unsettling corpse. She lived the rest of her life residing in the caverns that mark the boundaries to the underworld. It is believed that Perseus severed Medusa's head, and Medusa's head is now a symbol to many ancient traditions as a protective talisman for the dead, guarding buildings or tombs and warding off malicious intentions and harmful spirits. Medusa's blood was magic and powerful. So Medusa's blood could destroy the enemies of those that used her blood, or it could bring those who used her blood, bring the people that were dead back to life. So there's an energy again. Of course, we were talking about balance with the energy of the autumn weather, and also we are talking about balance with the Pentacle. So with yoga, we were talking about balance. With the Pentacle, we're talking about balance between the elements. With the autumn equinox, we're talking about balance between day and light. And now with the goddess Medusa, we seem to be talking about balance again, where it's balance between the blood being used to bring people back to life, or the blood being used to kill their enemies. So there's a balance here between, you know, harm and good, or vengeance and justice. You know, there's a thin line between taking vengeance and taking justice against somebody. Vengeance is more if you've been spited. Justice is more if you've been wronged. The emperor has the ability to make those decisions as to whether or not someone will live or die. You know, it sounds like a lot of responsibility, but I do feel, Virgo, like in 2022, you will have a lot of responsibility, and you will take it on with the emperor's attitude that you are not afraid, that you are not shying away from responsibility, that you are not shying away from your duties. And also that we see again with the goddess Medusa, because, you know, she was taken advantage of by Poseidon. She was taken advantage by Poseidon in Athena's temple, which was against her will, or she was seduced, which again could be against her will. And then Athena took vengeance on Medusa and made her into an unsettling looking corpse. And she, you know, was living on the boundaries of the underworld. And eventually, when she was killed by Perseus, who severed her head and her blood became protective symbols to those who needed protection, to those who needed to be protected from malicious intentions and harmful spirits. So again, I feel like with the message of the Pentacle that we had, and with this message coming from the idea of Medusa, the goddess, we have a strong energy of, I just lost the message, of protection, because we have the Pentacle symbolizing protection. We have Medusa's head symbolizing protection. So I do feel like because we have so much of a theme of protection, you will be protected in 2022. The energy of the universe, the energy of magic is protecting you. The energy of dark and light and balance is really helping you to feel protected and to be protected in 2022. But also with the Emperor card, it's important to take your own protection into consideration and put into effect those things that you feel will keep you feeling more safe and feeling more protected. The next message was communion. The act of breaking bread in a church, Catholic or other. Communion practice is considered a sacrament, a religious sign or symbol in which a sacred or spiritual power is believed to be transmitted through material elements. It's viewed as a channel of divine grace. So we still have that element of grace here with the idea of communion. We have that element of receiving what is rightfully yours, receiving what is of value to you in 2022, putting into, again, we have, excuse me, it says a religious sign or symbol in which a sacred or spiritual power is believed to be transmitted through material elements. So the sacraments, the communion uses the idea of the spirit and also the physical. Communion is the act of breaking bread in a church, Catholic or other. It's used to connect the spiritual to the physical realm through the idea of grace. So receiving some sort of spiritual download that affects you physically, that brings you a sort of richness into your life. Again, we have the energy of the universe working in your favor, you taking advantage of opportunities that are coming to you, Virgo, in 2022. And it's interesting that we have the idea of communion and we have the emperor, because in communion in a church, Catholic or other, there is a priest, a pope, or a pastor who is that channel of bringing the people to that spiritual level. And the emperor is kind of like another authority figure. So you have the emperor as the lens. So it could also mean, Virgo, in 2022 for you, being that channel, that guide for those who can't connect themselves, showing them the way to know how to connect the spiritual to the earthly. And the last message I got for you, Virgo, for 2022 was pumpkin pie origins. 1600s, early American settlers of the Plymouth in southern New England may have made pumpkin pies. The pumpkin is a symbol of harvest time. Again, we're talking about the harvest, August 2022. It's very important to keep in mind what you're building in the spring and summer months in order to reap the harvest in 2022. So the pumpkin is a symbol of harvest time and is usually prepared for Thanksgiving. By the 17th century, pumpkin pie recipes could be found in English cookbooks, and by the early 19th century in Canadian and American cookbooks. Pumpkins have been symbols of prosperity, growth, and abundance. Pumpkin seeds represent your dreams. Each seed represents a possibility. The vine of the pumpkin ties directly into friendship and connection. The vine represents representing the connection through friendship and the nutrients we receive through connection with others. So the vine represents that connection of friendship and the nutrients that you receive from your friendship with others. So the harvest time with the pumpkin pie origins could also mean the friendships you're building in 2022 are of utmost importance for you to receive what you need nutrient-wise from having communion. Again, we talked about communion before, from having a fellowship with your friends or your close family members or people that you consider to be friends, and really building strong relationships with them in 2022. And I feel like pumpkin pie being linking the friendship with the harvest is you being thankful for your friendships and you being blessed by your friendships in 2022, Virgo. So the Emperor is you taking control of what you want in your life. I'm just going to draw at least one more card from the Paulina Tarot. If there's any further messages that the universe wants to give you for 2022, Virgo. Virgo. I might just draw one if nothing pops out. Stuff seems to be wanting to pop out, but oh, here we go. The Hermit. Interesting. Wow, we got the Hermit. Card number 9 of the Major Arcana with the Emperor, which feels like two opposite energies. The Emperor is very outgoing, a fire energy, very passionate, very determined, driven, but very in control of all that passion and that determination, and very thoroughly, but also the Hermit and the Emperor are connected through the thorough thinking that they both do. And then the Hermit is the earth sign. It's more grounded, more restful, more inner self-reflection, carrying the light of the wisdom that you receive from your experiences. So we have really a good balance here between the Emperor and the Hermit, where you will not just be, you know, willy-nilly using your power, but you will also be going inward to see if the decisions that you are making in 2022 are right for you, Virgo, but also for the people around you. So we have card number 9 and card number 4. And 9 and 4 equal 13. And 1 and 3 equals 4. So again, we're brought back to card number 4, the Emperor. So literally the lens we were seeing this whole reading through is the Emperor, and the helping card is the Hermit, to kind of let us know that you will be not just making decisions from, you know, the top of your head, but with the Hermit really making decisions that are based on self-reflection and self-understanding and the experiences that you've experienced throughout your life from birth to this point in 2022. So that's your message, Virgo. I hope it was helpful. You can feel free to comment down below or like this video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to know when I upload new videos. I'm wishing you a blessed 2022, Virgo, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.